So, hello everybody. Hi, Deepika and Dipali, Manjeet, Leela, Ruchi, Iti, Gaurav, Shilpi. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dipali, दूसरी वाली, Sudarshan, Hina, Amit, Megha, Taruna, Mahinder ji, Namaskar, Paranita, Bipin, Nidhi, Vibhuti, Parul. Hello, everybody. Hi, Kalpana. Hi, all. So, एक मिनट, हाँ, फिर से हम भूल गए कि वो करना क्या है हमको. हाँ, द व्यू हैज टू चेंज. ओके, सो नमस्कार नमस्कार नमस्कार. और आज का जो टॉपिक डिवोर्स, हम सोचें कि ये जो टॉपिक है तलाक का, वो हम पे तो लागू नहीं होता, या हमारा तो हो चुका, या तो हमारा होना बाकी है, या हमारा तो होगा नहीं. कोई मायने ही नहीं रखता, क्योंकि जो तलाक है एनर्जीज में देखा जाए तो तलाक जो है वो हम कितनी ही बार तो लेते हैं, और कितनी कितनी ही बार हम उस प्रक्रिया से गुजरते हैं. जो सामने का जो कागज है कि वो कागज है, वो साइन हो गया. कागज के कोई मायने नहीं है ऊर्जा के शब्दों में, ऊर्जा की परिभाषा में, क्योंकि कागज जो है इज जस्ट अ पेपर. दैट पेपर मीन्स नथिंग, एंड दैट इज व्हाई so many times when we start talking about, people say, but in a marriage, and I say marriage has no bearing on the energy. We have simply chosen an actor. We have chosen an actor to show us emotions. The most emotions that we hold, the most emotions that we have come to experience, we will hand over to that actor. And that's all the marriage is. There is nothing in the energy terms which is any different from, from a friend, from a family member, from a parent to a spouse. Nothing different. Each one of them are simply actors. बस हर एक कोई एक ना एक अभिनेता है हमारे लिए पात्रता लेके, और हमारे अंदर जो कुछ भी भरा हुआ है वो उसको दिखा रहा है. लेकिन हम भी क्या करते हैं ना, पात्रता जो होती है, दिस कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ गिविंग अ रोल टू समबडी. Everybody is simply a reflection of the energy that we hold. And yet, yes, whatever we hold, we do give roles to certain people. And so we'll say, okay, you come and be the holder of love in my life. And that person will probably become one of the parents who will give you love at some point in time or another, or maybe a friend, or maybe a spouse. Sometimes we'll say, okay, you be the holder of this reflection of all the hurt that I hold. Again, that role could go to anybody. Sometimes, in the first half of our lives, we will give that role to our parents, and the parents will be, constantly finding faults with us. We think that they favor the other child more. We will think whatever we want to think from our energy field. We will experience whatever we have come to experience from our energy field. So really, in terms of, somebody being a spouse, marriage doesn't exist. Simply actors exist and reflections exist when you are looking at it from the energy perspective. So I'll constantly say marriage doesn't exist and therefore divorce doesn't exist. However, this particular topic has come up today so that we can go through the process. So many people go through divorce. I went through one. So many people go through divorce. And so how to understand this process itself, how to even understand how to go about it, or what is the energy that we need to be looking at. So there's nothing new that I can ever tell you. कुछ नया कभी है ही नहीं मेरे पास बोलने के लिए, सिवाय इसके कि भीतर देख जाओ, भीतर देख जाओ, भीतर देख जाओ. जो तुम्हारे अंदर पड़ा हुआ है वो बाहर मैनिफेस्ट होके आ रहा है. Whether it's a marriage, it's a divorce, it's an adoption, it's a child, it doesn't matter. Whatever is inside you is being reflected back at you. So moving forward with at least keeping this in mind, then what is it that I need to work on when whatever is inside me is now manifesting as a divorce. A divorce is simply a separation. It's a separation from a being, but is it really a separation? I know of so many people who are going through their divorces, but they're clinging. They are clinging to this idea of marriage. They don't want to let go of either a title, or they don't want to let go of the person. They are clinging to that person, saying, no, you married me, you belong to me. Well, nobody belongs to anybody. Everybody is simply just a reflection. So if you are clinging to some concept, some idea, then just take a look. What is happening through the cling? What is happening through your clinging to an idea? Constantly, hurt will be produced. Constantly. And what is the experience that you are receiving from this idea that this person belongs to me, is mine? I signed up a piece of paper, we got married, and now this person belongs to me. You signed up to a lot of expectations. And we all know by now, if we've been hearing me constantly rambling, that expectations, attachments, and pain, hurt and pain. And so all of this clinging to an idea of a marriage will only get you there, to more hurt, more pain. What do you need to do for this? Well, very clearly, we begin from the part that you need to see the expectations. Already, as soon as we think of the word marriage, already that word itself produces expectations. That word produces an idea in our head that somebody will have to be there for the rest of our lives. And somebody has to. He has no choice or she has no choice, but they have to love us. Well, love doesn't happen in such a beautiful transactional way. Love doesn't mean that, okay, I give you this and you have to give this back to me. I sign a piece of paper, you sign a piece of paper, and now we are going to give each other love. Love doesn't mean that at all. As a matter of fact, love is far away from this place. Love, firstly, to yourself, to your own self, because whatever you hold is going to be shown to you. Whatever you hold. So if you hold love for yourself, then somebody, maybe even a husband, will come and show to you that you are a loved one. That love is not coming from them to you. Let's get that very clear. That love is not coming from them to you. That love is coming from you to you. Whatever you are holding, how much ever self-love you are holding, that is all that will get reflected back at us. And so self-love being the first place to work on, because what is divorce? It is a separation. It is a separation, we think, from somebody outside, but it is not. It is clearly showing us that we hold too much of a separation with ourselves. We hold too much expectations from ourselves. We hold too many judgments about ourselves. This outside separation is simply a manifestation of the separation that we feel from us. How do we even understand this separation from ourselves? It's all about judgments. We judge ourselves, we judge the other. We judge ourselves constantly, and that is the separation that we have from ourselves. When we are able to love ourselves from the place of no matter what happens, no matter what I do in this role, no matter who I am in so many different roles, no matter what, I am Shiva. I am awesome. I am the Supreme. When we come from this place of knowing that we have different roles to play, but in all of this, no matter what role we are playing today, a good role, a villain role, whatever role we are playing today, are we able to simply give love to ourselves? That love is all about just, I am Shiva. That I am Shiva also gives you power. It gives you power to know that you are the creator, not somebody else. Somebody else has ruined your life. They brought this to you, they did that to you, blah, blah, blah. All of this is with the finger pointed outside. When we are going through a divorce, it is very clear And then it becomes a very, very easy way to just simply keep putting the finger outside. I don't know what they are going to do now to me. I don't know how this process will go. I don't know what will happen. They have these expectations. I can't fulfill these expectations. There is so many different ways that your mind is racing. And as it is racing, even before the process of divorce has started, you are already sitting in so much of the separation space. It doesn't matter what you are going through on the outside. Can you bring the finger back at yourself with this one question? What am I feeling? So in the initial parts, and today, for the first time, because there are so many emotions that one feels when you are going through, or starting this process, that I actually sat down and I wrote a whole list of emotions that you might be experiencing if you are about to or wanting to go through a divorce. Mind you, that we are all always going through divorces. Every single day, we are constantly divorcing somebody or the other in our mind. What does it mean when I say we are constantly divorcing? We are experiencing separation from somebody or the other every single day. We don't call it a divorce because we didn't call it a marriage, but it doesn't mean that we don't experience that separation. And so many times when we look at somebody and we judge somebody outside, that's just a divorce happening. We don't want to associate with somebody. And we think that by letting go of that person, we will stop having that experience. Nope. Every experience that we are receiving is made from our energy field. That person walked into our life because of our energy field. That person is leaving our life because of our energy field. And what does it mean to hold that energy field? Well, we didn't here to get married or to get divorced. We only came here to receive experiences. So what is this word divorce giving you an experience of? Some of the experiences might look like this. So in the divorce, there might be a receiving party, the one who suddenly told from the other one that, you know what, I want a divorce. And you weren't really prepared for this, or maybe you were, but you hadn't too much thought about it. When you are at the receiving end, the kind of emotions that you might go through: hurt, anger, resentment, the broken expectations, going back to hurt again. You might feel cheated with whatever the person has done, or suddenly that something has come up and you never knew about it. And so you might feel even cheated. That frequency of mistrust of yours playing out over here when you feel cheated, when you feel somebody outside is cheating you. Well, they're not. It's only you that are cheating yourself, even by imagining that somebody outside was meant to do something or the other for you. So this feeling of being cheated, of course, sadness, fear, a lot of fear sometimes, especially if you think that that person is responsible for your well-being, or even if not your well-being, but at least financially, if you are dependent on, or you think that you are dependent on somebody, then a lot of fears and insecurities about your future as well. If you are too dependent on somebody, then even the fear of loneliness. If you are too dependent on somebody and you think that you need to have a tag, a prefix before your name that says, okay, married to so and so, Mrs. So and so, then even the fear of society. So fears and insecurities, of course, a large part in the receiving party. Anxieties, again. Self-worth. So many of us go through the beatings of self-worth, that, oh, if this had to happen to me, I must not be good enough. And so what is this I must not be good enough telling you about yourself? That's the judgment that you take on yourself. That's the energy that's in your energy field. And when you think you are not good enough, well, everybody around you, including somebody called a spouse, is going to show you that energy again and again. You are not good enough. And then judgment of the self and the other. Constantly, we'll be sitting and judging ourselves and judging the other. And so when you ask me, okay, how do you go through a process of divorce then? And I would say by constantly, if you can, if you know how to, by constantly then being in guidance. This is the best place to be in guidance, no matter what the guidance says at that time. If you are able to look within and to be able to see, okay, this is what I'm experiencing. This is the emotion that I'm experiencing as I'm going through this separation. From that place, you will be able to receive guidance more and more. And I constantly remind you, take money's help. If you think that money is only here to help you in your spiritual journey, well, there is nothing called a spiritual journey. There is just something called life. And the spiritual journey happens through life. If there is an experience happening, a divorce is happening, it's for you. It's for a purpose. It is to show you the kind of separation that you have experienced, the kind of separation that you have put between you and yourself, the kind of expectations that you have created, and now they have come for breaking. If you wanted to experience hurt, अगर दुख को ही लेना था, तो ये लेने का कितना ही प्यारा तरीका कि किसी के साथ जिससे तुमने इतनी सारी उम्मीदें जोड़ रखी हैं, वो एक ही बार में तुम्हारी वो उम्मीदें तोड़े और तुमको कितना ही दुख दे, और तुम, you can experience this divorce. But before it happens on paper, no matter what the process looks like, many of us get stuck on the नहीं, पर मैं तो ये चाहता हूं, पर वो जो दूसरी पार्टी है वो तो अब मुझे बहुत रगड़ाएगी. That other party is really, really going to trouble me only because I wanted this or I did that and whatever. Now, on the other hand, if you are the giving party, so if you are the person who wanted the divorce and the one who's serving it to the other, then what are emotions that you might feel? Well, anger for sure. Anger and hurt just go with everything, whether you're on this side or on that side. Because if you weren't hurt, you wouldn't have initiated that process in the first place. Resentment, of course, that is why you will come to this place. Fear of what the other party will do now, how the other party might make your life even more hell than what they already did to you. And in this, addition to this, could be also the addition of guilt, because you are the serving part, that you are the one who's wanting this separation. And so sometimes it might be that you will also feel very guilty for putting the other party through all of these. Now, what do I say? For all of these emotions, these are the emotions that are sitting in your energy field. These are the emotions you are holding. These are the emotions that have come up for experience. And so, as somebody who understands how to work through the energies, firstly, take your eyes off everything, out of everything. This is the process, this is the legality, this is the time it is going to take. No, this is all outside. When you think of the process, what is the emotion that it gives you? When you think of the legality, when you think of the other person, when you think of the other party, when you think of how much power they have, whatever it is that they are doing, going back to the emotion that you are experiencing. Empty yourself, empty yourself, empty yourself in that place. I have seen this work out so beautifully in so many different ways. Somebody very, very close to me was going through a divorce, and then they hadn't behaved well. They had done all kinds of traumatizing the other party, and then they hadn't behaved well. But when the divorce started to happen, they were suddenly listening to guidance. They were listening to guidance and they were following the guidance. There was so much of anger in this whole marriage of theirs that both the parties were not even talking to each other for several years. For several years, they were not talking to each other. And that used to pain me a lot. And so when it used to pain me, guess what I had to do first before anything else? I had to release my own hurt, my own expectation, my pain, my judgments of both the parties, each on their own journey. So I'm telling you, even if you're looking outside and seeing somebody go through some kind of a separation, simply take a look at what it makes you feel. For all of us who are not going through divorce right now, this is a great opportunity because the topic is here. Let's imagine that tomorrow, if we had to divorce our other party, what would it be? If it feels nothing, then great. That means you're already not holding any emotions. But if it feels any emotions of hurt, of pain, of fear, of sadness, then guess what? Without even having to go through this concept of divorce, you can still work on all of these energies. You can still release all of these energies because a divorce happens in so many different ways, even death. What is death? But simply just a separation of the body. What is divorce? Simply separation of the body. Because what is happening in the energies? Nothing. In the energies, there is only love. In the energies, no matter what experience you are going through, whoever the villain be, whoever the character actor be, it doesn't matter. In the energies, everything just is. In the energies, that just is what is defined as love. And so, what is the separation? Even death. Death is just simply a divorce. So we've all been through some kind of divorce or another. But now looking at even right now, just thinking about it and taking a look at all the emotions that come up and being able to release them, emptying a pot, emptying our energy pot just a little bit more so that we can fill it with more joy. That's all. So whatever the emotions be, take a deep, hard look at this. What am I feeling? When I think of the other party, what am I feeling? When I think of the days ahead, what am I feeling? When I think of the whole process, how much time is it going to take? What am I feeling? Each of the emotions, please take a look, journal them down, and release them. My next step always is take energy from Meenal. It comes with energies of ease and grace. My energies are of ease and grace. So when we were talking about this other person who was following guidance, and I was constantly telling them, take energies from me. By the time the divorce happened, the two parties were, offering chairs to each other, saying, no, you please sit. No, you please sit. Did the two parties have to talk to each other? Did they have to be explained how the energies work? No, energies don't work like that. It's your energy field. It's creating a vibration. And that vibration is attracting that similar vibration from back end. From out there, that similar vibration. So if you want to work on your own energies, the outside is going to go through a change as well. It will automatically happen. It has to happen because in the energies, there is no separation. That I have done my part of the energy, who's going to go and tell them to do the energy work? Not needed. Not needed, because whatever work you do in the energies, it is already reaching them. This separation that you're feeling, can you bring yourself to oneness? Difficult, because you know what? Here you are sitting with energies of hurt, resentment, broken expectations, fears, insecurities, everything. How can you be in oneness? The only one line to remind yourself, this is my energy that created this, and thank you for being the actor. Thank you for being the actor. I'm in gratitude to whatever it is that you are showing to me. And from that place already, the separation goes when you are able to feel the gratitude. Not pretend to feel the gratitude. When you pretend, the universe pretends as well. But to actually be able to understand that this is just simply your energy at play. And guess what? You can change the energy at any time. Can you change the motion of divorce to a non-divorce at any time? That would be an outcome. We don't understand outcomes. Our only job is to keep taking a look at the energy within, the energy that we hold, and clearing that. The energy we hold produced this, it manifested this. So let's begin the shift of changing it now, so that no matter where we go, we don't carry the same energy with us. We can shift it easily. We can take energy from Meenal. Meenal's energy comes with so much of ease and grace. You can take as much as you wish of it. But what does it mean? It means that you must be in awareness. The awareness that everything is my doing. I'm the creator. And so I take energy from Meenal. You can sit in the old energies of anger. They will simply create more anger situations for you outside. When you sit in the energies of ease and grace, that will create some more ease and grace for you outside as well. In another place, then, when the process starts and when you've actually cleared your energies, or maybe not, maybe you're in the place of it's already, the process is happening. It's during the process. During the process, every time, again and again and again, the finger will get pointed outside. The finger will simply just keep moving outside at every small thing. That's our habit. It's our habit as the unaware self that we will look outside at how the government works, how the law works, how everything works. And here I am telling you that everything works as per your energy. The government doesn't work the same way. The legal system doesn't work the same way for everybody. Why? Because everybody's energy is different. And so you bring your energies to ease and grace. Take energy from me. I have a 13-minute meditation, and I constantly remind people, please just simply listen to the meditation many times in a day. It will remind you of what all you need to release. These judgments will release the energy that you are holding that is already manifesting as all of this, whatever crap we call it. It's manifesting. It's not giving us joy. It's not giving us peace. It's not giving us happiness. It's not giving us love. It's taking us away from laughter. Why are you not releasing that energy? Why are you still sitting with that? It is so easy for you to shift yourself to the menal frequency, to any frequency of your choice. But this choice is only available when you are sitting in awareness. When you are sitting in unawareness, your energy will play out something outside will happen, and that will just create more of the same emotions from where that thing got created in the first place. More of the same when you are unaware. Let's say the process is already over. You already received, your divorce. Let's say whatever happened during it, you went through a lot of ups and downs. You went through a lot of energy shifts here and there. The finger was outside. You were unaware. You didn't know what all was happening. And all of that is now behind you. And now you're just, okay, one thing is over. Now let's just deal with the rest of the life. Is it really over? No, nothing is really over. It's all sitting in your energy. It's still sitting in your energy. That judgments that you hold for yourself, the self-valuation that you do for yourself, the fears, the insecurities, if you haven't released them, if you haven't become aware of them, they are still sitting with you. And so even if you think that, oh, that happened 5 years ago, no, take this opportunity to again, take a look at it, see where all you're still holding on to fears, where all you're still holding judgments about yourself. Are you valuing yourself as Shiva, or are you valuing yourself as something lesser? Take a look. And that is the work in the energies that we do. When the legal paperwork happens, should I do this? Should I not do this? Which lawyer should I go to? Which lawyer should I not go to? All of these decision makings that happen in the middle of the divorce, how do you deal with that? Well, as with any decision making that I do, I first come to equanimity. I first come to equanimity about everything. If this happens, so what? If this doesn't happen, so what? In either of those, if you are invested, then there will be fear underneath that. When you think in terms of if this, so what, if not, so what, those fears will come up. Take a look at those fears, because that equanimity comes from a space of knowing that you are the creator. You are the one who is creating everything, and it doesn't matter. Nobody can take away anything from you. They can't. They can't take away anything from you, whether it's your wealth or even it's your well-being, it's your peace of mind. Nobody can take it away from you when the finger is within. And the equanimity comes from this knowing that no matter what, I can release my fears and I can come back to the place of the universe is playing in my favor. Even through this, even through a phase that looked so difficult that it's almost like you don't want to live anymore. Somebody just recently came and they said, no, this is so bad. My parents are not talking to me. My in-laws are not talking to me. My husband is not talking to me. Everybody is kind of shut themselves away from me. It's not even worth living. And I said, yeah, okay. That's always a choice, to be able to let go of this life. What will happen? You will simply come back to this place again and again and again, because this is the energy field that you hold. It'll keep bringing you to these experiences again and again and again. If not in this life, in another life. But now that you have become aware, now that you understand it is your energy, then let's not carry this forward. Let's release this energy and let's fill in something else, so that at least when we come the next time, if we do come the next time, and we come the next time, then at least we come with more energies of joy, more energies of love and laughter. We've become aware for a purpose. We have become aware because now is the time to shift our experiences. The shifting of the experiences is in our hands. So now, knowing that you are the creator, the universe is playing in your favor, even by making you go through this experience. From that place, work towards equanimity. Work towards equanimity, be in guidance. Stay in guidance. Even in guidance, when people say, but guidance changes every day, of course it changes every day. But even when guidance comes to you for today, simply take a look that even when the guidance came, did it totally shake you up? Did you not want to do that? The guidance comes and says, okay, sign all your wealth to that person. As you hear this, sign up all your wealth to that person. What is it that you experience? Are you experiencing fear? Are you experiencing anger? Are you experiencing resentment? Because it's not important what you do, even when it's guidance. And please go through my webinar on guidance, because every time you think that something is called guidance, it might not be guidance. We hear voices from every frequency, but even when you've heard something from a frequency, but that voice has given you some instruction that creates a lot of anger or fear or resentment in you, then your first job is not to act as per the guidance, but simply to release that anger, to release whatever emotion that got created in you. From that place, once in that space, once that guidance can give away everything, and then you sit over here and want to come to equanimity, and you will work through this question: what if I give away everything? Oh, then I will have nothing left for me. I will be on the roads, I will be on the streets. This doesn't sound like the universe playing in your favor, does it? Which means that you're still sitting in a lot of fear. So simply releasing that fear that the universe will not give you more of whatever it has already given you. Now when it's already given you so much wealth, it'll give you the same. Why is the universe not going to create more wealth for you? Wealth gets created in every frequency, but this time the universe is playing in your favor. You are going to create new wealth in the frequency of joy. So coming back again and again to the equanimity, if this, so what? If not, so what? If you're able to do that, and I would say if you're going through an experience already which is so intense, then even more, be in guidance, even more, be looking within, because this is a time where you will be creating a lot of the same emotions again. If the emotions of frustration, oh bloody hell, sure you will create so much more emotion of frustration through this process called divorce. So much lack will play through this process called divorce. If you are looking within, look at the lack and simply clear it. I will not get love from anyone. Nobody will talk to me, blah, blah, blah. We have so many different ways to create lack in ourselves. I am not worth it. I don't have this. I don't have that. We are able to create lack out of nothing at all. So if we are out there creating lack, then take a look at your energy and change it. The universe is playing in your favor. The universe is giving you a big opportunity for you to be able to see what all energies you are holding. This could be your big moment of cleanse, or it could be the big moment of whatever you're already holding, just simply creating more of that, more of that. Now you decide what is it that you want to create, a different you or the same you, even more intense in the experiences that you're already having. When you bring yourself to equanimity, how do you make the decision after that? Any decision that you take from the place where you know that the universe is playing in your favor, any decision is okay. The way I decide on whether I should choose this lawyer or that lawyer now, otherwise I didn't decide like that when I went through my divorce. That was some other energy playing out. But when now I decide on any big decisions, I just simply toss a coin. And when the coin is up and I haven't yet looked at the result, I simply take a look within. Am I still feeling that I should go with A or I should not go with B? If that feeling is still there, that means that I haven't come to equanimity. So even sometimes when I haven't come to equanimity and the time is going by, I have to choose, I have no choice. Simply by observing that we are not in equanimity, the work within already happens just a little bit more. The fear gets released just a little bit more. And it's okay if all the fear is not released today. Life is a continuum. It is just a continuing space. And so tomorrow, when you look at that fear again, tomorrow release some more of it. Tomorrow, if you look at your frustration, and why will you look at your frustration? Because it'll play out. If you haven't released it, if it is still there with you, it will play out. You will get frustrated over something or the other. But now if you get frustrated, take a look within and release that. Be in the constant aware space so that you can keep creating a new way for yourself. Somebody just very recently, again, were going through a divorce, and the everything was in a limbo. And then suddenly one day they reached out to me and they said, the other party, they've created like a 40-page document, and everything against me, and they're saying that I do this and I do that, and it's all lies, and it's all lies, and I don't do any of that stuff. But look, I mean, now how am I supposed to deal with it? What response should I give to them? And I said, I don't care. I don't care about what. No, but there's a date. There's a date by which a response needs to go. I said, yes, the response will go, the answers will come, everything will come. But if you sit in this energy, everything will come from this energy space. If you're able to release this energy and to be in thankfulness to this person, that okay, he's finally put the divorce papers together, and now you can finally move towards whatever it is that you want to move towards. It's freedom, it's separation, but that separation can now be seen from these eyes of oneness, that you are doing a favor to me, you are releasing me, you are doing a favor to me. And so thank you for that favor. But while I thank you for that favor, I also thank you for being a mirror to me. You showed me what I can release. As I release that, the more I will receive from my universe in forms of love. The more I will receive from the universe in the forms of acceptance, because I am in the process of accepting you, accepting me. I'm in the process of giving gratitude to you. I'm in the process of giving gratitude to me. The experience outside will shift. You will notice it. That's how the energies work. There is no two ways about it. There's really no two. It's just so simple. It's so beautiful. And yet constantly, the only thing that we have to remind ourselves is finger within, eyes within, finger within, eyes within. That one question, what am I feeling? And the second part, if you're able to, if you're not able to, even just looking at this question, what am I feeling, will do the job for you. But if you're able to, then take guidance from Mani. Call him, ask him, what is it that you need to work on today? He'll show you what needs to be worked on. Do that work on yourself. The whole universe is acting in your favor. Everybody in the universe is acting in your favor. What happens after the process? Yeah, again, we kind of already talked about that if we haven't released, during the process, if we haven't released before the process, the energy stays. The energy just simply stays till we are able to become aware. And so if you're here in this program, if you're watching this, then the only game that we have to do is to be aware. सिर्फ खुद को aware ही रखना है और कुछ नहीं करना है. सारे के सारे, वो शादियां भी वहीं से चलती हैं, वो डिवोर्सेस भी वहीं से चलते हैं, सब कुछ वहीं से बन बन के आता है और कहीं पे बाहर कुछ रखा हुआ नहीं है. एक कागज के टुकड़े से ना तो हम किसी के दोस्त बन सकते हैं, न ही हम किसी के पति पत्नी बन सकते हैं, न ही हम किसी के माँ बाप बन सकते हैं, न ही कोई हमारे बच्चे बन सकते हैं. ये सब जो सारे हमने रिश्ते बनाए हुए हैं, उन रिश्तों के सिर्फ एक ही मायने हैं. वो रिश्तों के मायने हैं कि हम उन रिश्तों के माध्यम से कुछ न कुछ जो हमारे भीतर भरा हुआ है उसको एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं. तो वो अनुभूति लेने के लिए हमको इतने सारे रिश्तों के बीचों बीच में होना जरूरी है. जब हमारी ये अनुभूति अनुभव जो है वो पूरे हो जाते हैं तो हमको ये नजर आने लगता है कि सामने कुछ नहीं है, बस अंदर की तरफ देख जाओ, अंदर की तरफ देख जाओ. कितनी ही प्यारी बात है. मैं तो बहुत बार बात भी करती हूँ कि कई बार मुझे इतना गुस्सा आता है और हम लड़ाई कर रहे होते हैं, मैं और मेरे हस्बैंड अगर लड़ाई कर रहे होते हैं तो डिवोर्स डिस्कस हो जाता है कि हाँ बस डिवोर्स कर लेते हैं, ये तो बहुत हो गया, ये तो बहुत नहीं चाहिए मुझे ये सब. और मैं भी आराम से मतलब हम लोग दोनों की नहीं चाहिए. और फिर उसके बाद क्या होगा, फिर क्योंकि मैं पूरे टाइम हमेशा खुद के ऊपर काम करती रहती हूँ, तो मैं हाँ ठीक है दे देती हूँ, क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि डिवोर्स जो है वो तो मैंने ऑलरेडी दे रखा है. यहाँ पर जो है ना, किसी के साथ अटैचमेंट नहीं है. अटैचमेंट का मतलब किसी को कंडीशनल लव नहीं दे रखा कि तुम मुझे ये दो और मैं तुम्हें ये दूंगी, तुमसे मुझे ये लेना है, तुम मुझे ये दो. जहां पर ये पूरी की पूरी अपनी अपेक्षाएं हैं, वो जब सारी की सारी हटा के रखी हुई हैं, तो हर एक के साथ डिवोर्स. एंड डिवोर्स इज अ ब्यूटिफुल वर्ड, बिकॉज देन डिवोर्स इज ऑल अबाउट अनकंडीशनल लव. कि तुम जैसे भी हो, जहां पे भी हो, अब तुम फ्री हो. मेरा रास्ता जो है वो तुम्हारे रास्ते के बीच में अड़चने डालने का नहीं है. मेरा रास्ता सिर्फ खुद की तरफ देखने का है. सो जब मैं ऑलरेडी विदाउट गोइंग थ्रू a paperwork called divorce, but when I can constantly look within and say, yeah, your journey is your journey and mine is mine. I will only keep my eyes on my journey. What is that? That's unconditional love. So according to me, if I'm giving the divorce in oneness, I'm actually giving unconditional love. So I already come to that unconditional love space. And it's so beautiful that you work in the energies, and outside, again, you start to receive that love. And it just constantly, सुबह तो हमने इतनी धूम धड़ाम करके और डिवोर्स डिस्कस किया, और फिर शाम तक क्या होता है, शाम तक भूल गए दोनों की दोनों. याद ही नहीं रहता. क्यों याद नहीं रहता? क्योंकि एनर्जी से निकाल दिया, खुद पे काम करके और एनर्जी से निकाल दिया. Somebody asked, do you guys fight? Of course we fight, and that fight is happening because we shifted some frequency. Just as love is happening when we shift into the love frequency, fight is happening when I'm shifting into a frustration frequency or an anger frequency, and it is making me experience that experience. And once I experience anger, I don't have to tie myself to just this experience कि नहीं, now experienced anger, इसने मुझे anger दिलाया, अब मुझे तो यहीं पे मुझे तो ये करना ही है. I am not one frequency. मैं तो कोई भी फ्रीक्वेंसी है, मैं तो हर फ्रीक्वेंसी हूं, मैं तो शिव हूं. मैं कोई भी फ्रीक्वेंसी एक्सपीरियंस करके और फिर भी अपनी चॉइस से किसी नई फ्रीक्वेंसी में आ सकती हूँ. तो मैं अपनी नई फ्रीक्वेंसी जो है वो जॉय पे ही रखती हूँ. तो कुछ लड़ाई हुई, हमने सब कुछ लड़ा, और मुझे कोई फिक्र नहीं है कि कल को डिवोर्स हो गया तो भी क्या, कुछ नहीं. लाइफ इज गोइंग टू मूव एज यूजुअल. क्यों? क्योंकि जो प्रेम अभी है वो ही प्रेम तब भी रहेगा. तो जब हमने माइंड में अपने आप से ही वननेस पे काम कर लिया, जब एकपन पे काम कर लिया, तो सामने की कोई कागजों का कोई मकसद, कोई मतलब कुछ नहीं रह जाता. तो इसलिए कोई कागज है या नहीं है, आप किसी से जुड़े हुए हैं या नहीं है, वो आपकी जिंदगी में है या नहीं है, वो है या वो किसी भी तरीके से चला गया, मृत्यु से चला गया, वो कहीं पे किसी और जगह चला गया, वो कहीं और रह रहा है, कोई मायने नहीं है. क्योंकि इन दी एनर्जीज आपने एकपन के अंदर काम कर लिया है. तो काम यहाँ पर भी, जब भी अगर डिवोर्स भी सामने आपके आके खड़ा हुआ है तो भी देख लीजिए और अपने एकपन पे काम कर लीजिए। और अपने एकपन पे सबसे पहले तो खुद के साथ ही जो सेपरेशन है, जो आपको सामने वाला दिखा रहा है, उस पे खूब से भर भर के नजर डालिए और उसको देखिए कि कहाँ कहाँ पे आपने खुद से कितना ही झूठ बोला, कहाँ पे आपने किसी और को दोषी ठहराया। कोई तो दोषी है नहीं, ना तो वो ना तो आप, सब सिर्फ फ्रीक्वेंसीज का खेला है। और आप कौन सी फ्रीक्वेंसीज में खेल रहे हैं वो अब देख जाइए, अब देख जाइए और देखिएगा कि कैसे ही तो बाहर थोड़े नक्शे और बदलते चले जाते हैं। Okay, so any questions from anybody? मैं देखूं.
Yes, one question from me, Sudarshan here.
Yes, tell us.
Okay, so one part is where we saw the lack and all those things, right? So I'm looking at another angle now. I'm
Yes.
saying I'm happy to give everything, but मतलब मुझे ना कॉम्प्रोमाइज वो भी नहीं करना कि बैठ के डिबेट नहीं, मैं जो है सब देने को तैयार हूँ, खुशी खुशी ले लो, मैं एम वेरी हैप्पी। बट यहाँ पे क्या एनर्जी है, ये है वो पीछा छुड़ाने वाली, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट से बचने वाली, यू नो।
So
अरे कौन
beautiful.
चिक चिक सुने, कौन क्या यार,
Correct.
दे दो निकलो यहाँ
ये
से,
तो
मैं तो
डर
और
है ना, ये तो
हाँ।
बेटा डर है, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट का डर है। तो हर चीज के अंदर जहां पे भी डर है ना, डर का एक बकेट होता है, एक बकेट है। कभी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट का डर है, कभी अंधेरे का डर है, कभी लोनलीनेस का डर है, लेकिन डर जो है वो डर है, इट्स डर। सो ये जहां पे कि पीछे मुझे नहीं चाहिए, यू आर रेजिस्टिंग, यू आर रेजिस्टिंग कि मुझे कॉन्फ्लिक्ट भी नहीं चाहिए। तो पहली बात तो कि कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो भी गया तो भी क्या, तो भी क्या। सो दैट इक्वानिमिटी ना, कि कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हुआ तो भी क्या और कॉन्फ्लिक्ट नहीं हुआ तो भी क्या। इन बोथ वेज come to this place that the universe is playing in my favor. Both ways. सामने जाके, और तुमको 4 दिन खड़े होने पड़ेगा किसी जज के सामने जाके, किसी वकील के सामने जाके, उसको समझाना पड़ेगा, ये करना पड़ेगा, तुम उससे भाग रहे हो। अगर हम खुशी खुशी सब कुछ देने के लिए तैयार हैं तो बहुत सुंदर बात है, बट तुमने कितनी ही प्यारी जगह पे अपने आप को ही पकड़ लिया कि आई एम स्टिल इन फियर। तो इस फियर को देख जाओ और एक दो जगह पे ना कॉन्फ्लिक्ट के बीच में भी जाके और देख लो, इट्स नॉट एज स्कैरी।
राइट,
व्हेन यू आर गाइडेड इट्स नॉट दैट स्कैरी, इट्स जस्ट अ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट। एक रोल है, यू नो, एक मूवी है, और उसको व्हेन यू आर इन दैट मूवी, डोंट बी इन द रोल, बी द ऑब्जर्वर, बी द ऑब्जर्वर। ओके, डोंट बी इन द रोल। और तुम देखोगे कि अपने आप मुंह से कुछ निकलेगा, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट और बढ़ेगा वगैरह वगैरह, बट यू आर नॉट द वन इन द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट व्हेन यू आर द अवेयर पार्टी, you are the one observing the conflict. You are not that body, but things will happen through the body, but you put your awareness on being the Krishna, on being the Krishna, being the Krishna in the middle of the conflict, right? Because Krishna was standing right there in the middle of the battlefield, was doing everything, was a Sarthi, was probably, you know, moving the chariot around here, there, and everything. And yet he was not in the middle of the battlefield. He was the observer. So being that Krishna, तो तुम देख जाओ कि तुमको कॉन्फ्लिक्ट से डर है, तो जाओ ना, try a conflict. One of those days, be in the middle of the conflict, and then you will find that if you are aware, if there's a part of you that's observing, वो conflict खत्म होगा, that conflict will be for a purpose. It will show you 5 or 6 different things that you couldn't have seen had you not been part of the conflict. You will see, oh, इतना सारा hurt और यहाँ पे भरा पड़ा है. Okay, let me work some more on the hurt. The conflict is for a purpose too. Everything for a purpose. So not being afraid of conflict, not being, not being afraid of peace, just simply being aware. Are you with me?
yes. You know what, there are a few couple more. So one more thing that comes is the belief system, where I feel what is fair, what is unfair, In the sense, fair and fair for me, for someone else, for maybe there's a child involved in it. Would I? So guilt भी एक part आ जाता है वहाँ पे.
बोला ना.
Then
हाँ.
है ना? So that happens, and then there are parts where when I say fair unfair, there are parts which I don't even know कि ये fair भी है, unfair भी है, या I'm not even able to bucketize them.
Yeah, that's good that you're not able to bucketize them. It's good because fair and unfair is simply in our minds. Whatever belongs to their energy, if it has to come through us, it'll come through us. So yahan pe bhi if and if not. So let me just again take the example of this other person. So when this other person first came to me, and then she was trying to go through the divorce and everything, and she said, you know what, I don't want to take anything from the other party. I don't want to take anything. And normally I'm somebody who says, yeah, even if you take or if you don't take, what difference does it make, right? Because whatever is to come to you will come. Lekin at this point in time, and when she came, and the first thing that came to my mouth was this, and I said, why don't you want to take something? You should take a lot of money from this other person. So she's like, no, why? How can you do that? How can you even say that? And I'm just laughing because obviously, this has come through my mouth for that other person to show them something. So he says, no, I'm not that kind of a person. I'm not that kind of a girl. I'm not that kind of a blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay, here you are. Let me just show you that you've put yourself in a bucket, and then you've put in a lot of judgments towards yourself that this is wrong and this is right. I'm not the wrong kind of the girl. I'm the right kind of a girl. But we have no idea. We are in a role. We don't understand what the role entails, what we are supposed to do. We just simply can play in our energies. So right now, as I told you this, you have to take a lot of money. What is it that you feel? She says, no, oh my God, I'm judging myself. I'm judging myself to be a horrible person who has to take this from that person or whatever. So I said, okay, now you work on that part of yourself. This is your guilt playing up. This is your judgment playing up. Now, see, as soon as I mentioned this in guidance, now you work on this. So she worked on all of that, and she came to a place saying that, okay, I'm ready to take. When she said, I'm ready to take, what was the next thing that comes through my mouth? We were having this conversation. She says, I've worked on myself and now I'm ready to take. And the next thing that comes from her mouth is, yeah, but he's not going to give you a single penny. He will not give you a penny. So deal with it. Now, what had happened? Guidance came that you have to take. So while she was first working on her judgments of the self, therein got built this expectation that, okay, he will give because this is what guidance has come. But the guidance is not to give you this or not to take away that from you. Guidance is to clear your energy field. So when she got some expectations that she will receive something, blah, 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 the next thing out of my mouth was, you are not going to get anything from there. And she was like, oh, wow, now I have expectations. I said, fabulous. Now you have to work on the expectations and then simply release the expectation as well that mila to bhi kya aur nahi mila to bhi kya, kyunki jo mujhe milna hai, wo to mil hi jayega. जो मुझे नहीं मिलना है वो मेरे पास आएगा नहीं. But whatever is mine, whatever will come to me, it will already happen. The universe is a giving universe. It will give to me as per my energy, and I'm already changing my energy. I'm opening myself up to all the receiving. So from that place, so every time when a guidance comes, keep looking within and simply work out that. So you've got guilt going, you've got a child involved. The child has come with their own energy field. There is no child. You can give whatever, but again, if you give from guilt, only more guilt will be created outside. That's all it is. If you give from judgment that I'm being fair, I'm not being fair, I'm being very fair, from outside that judgment will be shown to you again and again that you are not fair. Who do you think you are? You think you are being fair? You are not being fair. You will be shown that again and again because you are spending so much of your mind on what is fair and what is not fair. And it's simply a judgment. It's a judgment that you are sitting with. You can release the judgment. And then for these kind of things, I would definitely say, sit in guidance, and you'll get to work on all the sides, and then flow will happen. Flow will happen. When you are told to give something, you'll be able to give. When you are told to not give something, you will be able to hold yourself as well. Without all of these, mind work, no, I should have given, I could have given, I should be doing this, I'm not doing that. These are all the mind games that we play with ourselves on judgments. No matter, I take this example all the time, two very, very rich brothers, both given the equal amounts of stuff from their parents, but they each came with their own energy field. One of them is growing the money, but money doesn't hold anything. And the other one has lost all the money, but then money doesn't hold anything. It's just their experiences at play. So if you think that by being fair to somebody, you're going to put them through other experiences, there is no one else. By trying to be fair, by being not fair, blah, 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 by sitting in all of these judgments, the only person that you're taking round and round with judgments is yourself. So be kind to yourself. That's all. There is nobody else to be kind to. There is only your mirror. So when you are kind to yourself, the world will be kind to you. When you are judging to yourself, the world will judge you. That's how it works.
Okay. So you might be getting some, how you got the first thing that came out of your mouth for someone else. What comes out of your mouth for me
I
now?
already told you that. I said, go and be in the middle of the conflict.
Yeah.
It'll show you things. It'll show you things. That's the first thing that came out. I said, go be. That conflict is not without purpose. You are thinking conflict is useless. There is nothing good that can come out of a conflict. We don't need to be in a conflict. But the conflict has a purpose, and the purpose is to show you your emotions. When you are standing out there and all of that, and you are being able to observe yourself, observe your emotions, so that even if not in that moment, while you're in the middle of the battlefield, even in not in that moment, but you can come back home and you can take a look at your emotions, and you can look at yourself even more deeply. The whole purpose of the whole universe is to show you your deeper layers. That's all. There is nobody else outside.
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay. So अंदर की तरफ देखते रहो, और कहीं से भी डर लगे, अब तुमको कॉन्फ्लिक्ट से डर लग रहा है, and you're not alone. We all shy away from conflicts. हम सारे के सारे लोग हमेशा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट से दूर भागते हैं. Even in a marriage, we don't want to fight. We say कि अच्छा अच्छा चुप रह जाएंगे. If we keep quiet. एक second, I gone. Okay. If we keep quiet, then we will avoid conflict. If we just bear with this a little bit more, and in all of that, what are we doing? We are not looking at ourselves. We are looking at bearing with somebody else. We are looking at, उसने ये बोल दिया, अब मुझे, सुनना पड़ा, and all of that stuff. We haven't worked on ourselves. When we have given love to ourselves, when we are sitting in that place of love, when somebody says something, it will not even trigger us. There will be nothing about we have to run away from this. It will be just easy. It will be an easy glide through that conversation. Even you might be screaming and shouting. It happens so many. I tell people never to hold their emotion, because this work in the energy is not about holding the emotion tightly to yourself and not being angry, not being this and that, but being able to observe, are you still holding anger? Being able to observe, are you still holding judgments? How will you get to know when the anger rushes up? That's how you get to know. So let it rush up. But once you are done with it, then, at least then, work on your energy. Energy पे काम हम कभी भी कर सकते हैं. उस moment में याद आ जाए तो बहुत बढ़िया बात है कि तभी कर लेते हैं। लेकिन अगर उस क्षण में याद नहीं आए और पूरी की पूरी चें पे हो चुकी है, एवरीथिंग इज ऑलरेडी डन एंड यू बोथ स्टॉर्म्ड आउट ऑफ द रूम एंड एवरीथिंग, बट इवन देन the energy can always be worked on because energy works in the moment of now. वो हमेशा काम करती है, अभी इस क्षण में वो काम करती है। तो if you are going to be in the moment of now, वो अभी जो 5 मिनट पहले हुआ, जो 5 साल पहले हुआ, जो 5000 साल पहले हुआ, तुम सारी की सारी एनर्जीज क्लियर कर सकते हो इस क्षण में। So that is how we don't कि नहीं ये तो हो गया, अब ये तो बात गड़बड़ हो गई, ये तो मैंने अब कॉन्फ्लिक्ट के बीच में पड़ गया, मैंने तो इतना भला बुरा भी कह दिया। जब तुमने भला बुरा कहा तो तुम्हें क्या महसूस हो रहा था, और अब जबकि तुम बैठ के सोच रहे हो कि तुमने कितना भला बुरा कह दिया, अब जब सोच रहे हो तो तुम्हें क्या महसूस हो रहा। उस वक्त पे आई वॉज फीलिंग वेरी एंग्री, तो मैंने कह दिया ठीक है, anger is within you, but now when you are thinking about it saying ये नहीं कहना चाहिए था, वो नहीं कहना चाहिए, it's not anger anymore, अब तो गिल्ट में खेल रहे हो। तो एंगर को भी रिलीज करना है और गिल्ट को भी रिलीज करना है। हाँ, पर उसको ये सब कह दिया, वो तो मेरा बहुत नुकसान कर देंगे। अब यहाँ पे फियर भी आ गया, अब फियर को भी देखना है, फियर को भी रिलीज करना है। खुद के अंदर देखते जाओ, ये सब कुछ एवरीथिंग दैट इज बीइंग शोन टू यू इज जस्ट सिंपली डीपर लेयर्स ऑफ योरसेल्फ।
Me one more question, please.
हाँ जी बोलो।
Okay, so conflict may, okay, now if can I play out in energies even
Yeah.
before I play the conflict? Can I go in and sit in energies with the person and
Yeah.
play out as many instances or the conflict in itself, entire conflict, play the entire thing,
Yeah.
and then work on myself, क्योंकि वहां पे भी emotions तो आएंगे ही आएंगे।
जहां
Right.
जहां पे तुम गाइडेड रहो, सी डोंट इवन गो विद द आइडिया कि तुम क्या करना चाहते, तो यू बी गाइडेड, you sit in guidance and ask Mani, okay Mani, what all do I need to release today, and then again sit tomorrow and ask, okay Mani, what all do I need to release today with respect to this, whatever, with not respect to this, with respect to your guilt, whatever needs to be looked into will come for you. Guidance is something you take every day, and every day it will show you, okay, today you know something happened to you 15 years ago. It's not even in your thought process, but if you ask in guidance, it'll come to you. And then also the tool will come to you in guidance. Okay, just let it be, you clear this in this way, you clear it out in this way. Sometimes just give a hug and then be done with the conflict, that okay, this is the conflict and I'm okay to be in the conflict, but in the energies here, thank you for creating the conflict for me. So be guided, be guided. That's where the answer is, that at each moment you can be guided. Guidance is your own higher frequency that comes from the heart. It's your own higher frequency. Yes, money outside is guidance frequency, but the money is within you as well. Tap into that frequency. Money will come and give you the answers. And then simply just keep moving in oneness. Outside, oneness doesn't mean that I have to do everything that they tell me to do, and that is being in oneness. Oneness is with the self. Oneness is being aware that I am Shiva, this is just a role, I am Shiva, and that person is a Shiva too. This is my journey, that is their journey, and in between the two of us, there is only love, no expectations of how this should play out. Keep releasing the expectations. You are in oneness with yourself. There is nobody outside to be in oneness with.
Okay.
Be guided. Okay, any comments? Anybody has any more answers? As I said, there's probably not a single marriage जिसमें divorce नहीं हुआ. Paper exchange, maybe not, but there is not a single marriage in which we have not gone through this separation. The marriage, the expectation that creates is bound to give hurt. That's what it is meant for. That piece of paper filled with expectations is the best way that we can experience hurt for ourselves. So if we hold hurt, the other person has the role to show us the hurt that we hold. then we keep releasing the hurt, we keep releasing the judgments towards ourselves, we keep releasing the expectations from an outside world, we keep releasing the expectations from ourselves. In that, more and more love to the self, more and more love to the self. Divorce is done and over with. Oneness with the self. The divorce also is with the self only, or rather was with the self only. So if we're able to work on it, that's how it works. Okay, everyone, let's go through some divorces in the energies. Let's do some meditation. Okay, take a deep breath in and release. Okay. A deep breath in and release. And whatever is the top emotion that you are experiencing right now, simply make a note of it. Simply make a note of it. And now release. Just let it go. With the breath. Releasing your primary emotion, whatever it is, good one, bad one, anything. Just simply empty yourself out in the moment, in the now. Emptying yourself out in the moment, in the now. एकदम खाली, बस एक सांस के साथ. जो कोई अगर भाव तुम में था, तुमको नजर आया, उसको जाने दो, बस एक सांस के साथ. और कुछ नहीं करना, एक जोर से सांस अंदर खींचो और बाहर. और जो कोई भी भाव तुम्हें महसूस हो रहा, उसको जाने दो. अभी तुम खाली खाली खाली, एकदम खाली. You're empty, 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 empty of your emotions. And so in this moment, you're completely empty. If there is any person that you have ever felt that kind of a hurt and resentment, that you might want to divorce them. If you've ever felt that kind of hurt and resentment towards any person, it doesn't have to be a spouse. It could be a parent, it could be a child. If you have felt that kind of a hurt that you said, oh, I wish I was not with them, then just simply bring that actor into your sight, into your vision right now. अगर आपका कभी भी किसी को भी ऐसे डिवोर्स करने को मन किया हो कि काश कि ये मेरी जिंदगी में ना होते, ये क्यों हुए मेरी जिंदगी में, कभी भी ऐसा मन किया हो किसी को भी लेके, जरूरी नहीं है कि वो आपके पति या पत्नी ही रहे हों, हो सकता है कोई और भी हो, एक माँ, कोई बाप, कोई बच्चे, कि उफ, ये इनके साथ क्यों जिंदगी मुझे बितानी पड़ रही है, काश कि मैं इनको छोड़ पाती, काश कि मेरा इनसे डिवोर्स हो जाता. जो ऐसा आपने कभी किसी के साथ भी महसूस किया हो, तो उनको इस वक्त अपनी ऊर्जा में लेके आए, अपनी आंखों के सामने लेके आए, अपनी बंद आंखों के सामने लेके आए. As you sit and you think of this person and all the reasons why you felt so hurt, so angry, so resentful, so ashamed of them, so not wanting to be with them. As you look at all of the reasons, understand in this now, understanding that reasons can be any, but the energy of hurt, resentment belongs to you. ये सारे की सारे जो रीजन पैदा हुए, जिनकी वजह से आप इनके साथ नहीं रहना चाहते, कितने ही सारे रीजन पैदा हो सकते हैं. इस वजह से, उस वजह से मुझे इनके साथ नहीं रहना, ये क्यों मेरी जिंदगी में, वजह कितनी भी हो, लेकिन इस वक्त में सारी की सारी उंगलियां खुद की तरफ लाते हुए कि वजह कोई भी हो, लेकिन ये जो नाराजगी है, ये जो गुस्सा है और ये जो आक्रोश है, जो आप में बैठा हुआ है, ये फ्रीक्वेंसी आपकी है. सामने वजह है, वो वजह सामने है, लेकिन जो फ्रीक्वेंसी है जहां से ये सब कुछ पैदा हो रहा है, वो आपकी है, आप उसको भर के बैठे हैं खुद में, और पहले तो सारी की सारी उंगलियां खुद की तरफ लाते हुए, bringing all the fingers to yourself, because this energy that is creating all of these reasons outside, the energy belongs to you. The energy is yours. This experience is being created from your energy. And so, this person that you suddenly brought to your vision, this person that you were just thinking about, firstly, just simply go and touch their feet. Touch their feet. Be thankful to them. They took on this role to show you what all exists within you. ये जो व्यक्ति तुम्हें दिखाई दे रहे हैं, जो तुम्हें कितने ही बुरे लग रहे हैं, सबसे पहले तो जाओ और इनके पैर छू लो। पैर छू लो इनके पैरों पे पड़ जाओ। क्यों? क्योंकि इन्होंने दिखलाया और बार बार दिखलाया कि तुमने अपने अंदर क्या क्या भर रखा है। उनको दिखलाना पड़ा, तुमको यहाँ तक लाने के लिए, तुमको खींच के लाने के लिए, जहां पर तुम अपने अंदर देख पाते, उनको ये सब करना पड़ा। तो उनका कितना ही शुक्राना, और उनके पैर छूकर और उनको शुक्राना कर। They had to bring you here to this place where you can see everything that you are holding within, this energy that you are holding within. When you can see it, you can change it. But to be able to change it, you have to see it first. Every nook and corner, what are you hiding in your heart, in your mind? All of the fears, all of the resentment, so much of guilt, so many judgments, all about you. Everything is only about you. And now you know it. This is part of your knowing. You are sitting in this knowing. Take a deep breath in and accept. Accept yourself as you are. मैं जो हूं सो हूं। अब अपने आप को पूर्ण रूप से स्वीकारते हुए कि जो कुछ भी हुआ ठीक है, मेरी ऊर्जा से हुआ, लेकिन वो ऊर्जा मुझे दिखलाई जानी जरूरी थी, क्योंकि ये जो ऊर्जा अब मैंने देख ली है, तो अब तो मैं इसको बदल सकता हूं। तो इस जगह पे आने के लिए ये आपको लेके आए, तो इनका तो शुक्राना, लेकिन अब खुद को समझते हुए कि मैं जैसा भी हूं, जो भी हूं, पहले तो मैं खुद को स्वीकार लूं कि हाँ, ये तो मेरी ऊर्जा है, और मेरी ऊर्जा मैं तो 1 मिनट में बदल सकता हूं। ये मेरी पावर है। This is my power, that I can change my energy in a minute. And so simply releasing everything that you were holding against this person, just releasing it into the thin air. जाने दें उस सबको जो आपने शिकायतों में भर रखा है। शिकायत से क्या, कोई फायदा नहीं। काम तो खुद पे है, और अभी इस वक्त खुद पर काम हो रहा है। खुद पर काम हो रहा है, शुक्राना में है तो खुद पे काम हो रहा है। खुद को खाली करते हैं तो खुद पे काम हो रहा है। तो इसलिए इस वक्त अभी खुद को खाली करते हुए अगली 2-4 सांसों में I release all that which points outwards. I release all that in my energy which makes me feel heavy. I release all the stories I intend to be only empty within. Take a few deep breaths as you say this again and again to yourself. सब कुछ खाली करता हूं मैं जो कि बाहर से बंधा है। मैं सब कुछ खुद में से खाली करता हूं जो कि मुझे भारी महसूस करवाता है। मैं सब कुछ खाली करता हूं जो आज मेरे काम का नहीं। अगली कुछ सांसों में बस खाली करते हुए सारी कहानियां खाली खाली खाली, इस क्षण में खाली कर दीजिए खाली। इस क्षण को खालीपन में महसूस करिए कि सोच के भी अभी कोई इमोशन नहीं आ रहा, कुछ याद ही नहीं आ रहा, बस खाली खाली खाली। ये एक क्षण खालीपन का। Sitting in this blankness, having released the stories, having released all that is outside, having released all the emotions that were making you feel heavy. In this moment of now, empty you are, empty, 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 aware empty. जागृति में एकदम खालीपन में बैठे हुए, पूरी दुनिया में, पूरी सृष्टि में कोई और है ही नहीं सिवाय तुम्हारे। You are all that there is in the universe. Nothing else exists. Only you, only you, only you. With a few deep breaths, simply experiencing this blankness, इस blankness को और ज्यादा और ज्यादा और ज्यादा महसूस करिए। इस खालीपन में बैठिए। इतने गिले शिकवे, कितनी ही शिकायतें, सब खाली खाली खाली। अभी इस वक्त, इस क्षण में खाली खाली खाली। All complaints out. Empty. Empty you are. Empty, empty, empty you are in this moment. You can expand this emptiness for as long as you wish, for as many hours as you wish. All the work that you need to do can happen from this space of emptiness. When an emotion comes in, take a look and be able to release it. Empty, empty, empty. Be aware of the emotion and empty, empty, empty. Coming back to emptiness, being in this space. Being in this space, thanking all the actors who brought us here. All the actors who brought us here. Thanking them, thanking them. Give them a big hug and release them. Let them go. They don't exist. They had to be actors to your energies. Again and again, you can let them go. खाली खाली खाली। इस खालीपन में जितना चाहें बैठ सकते हैं, जितना लंबा करना चाहें कर सकते हैं। इस खालीपन में रह के सारे काम हो जाते हैं, लेकिन आप नजर रखें सिर्फ अपनी भावनाओं पे। अगर भाव आते हैं तो उसी वक्त उसको देख जाना और वापस से इस खाली जगह पे आ जाना। बस इतना ही काम है। आप खालीपन में बैठेंगे, बाहर सब कुछ आसानी से होता चला जाएगा, लेकिन आपकी नजर सिर्फ खुद पर, सिर्फ अपने भावों पर, सिर्फ अपने विचारों पर, और उसको लेके आना है आपको खाली खाली खाली, सिर्फ खाली खाली खाली। वो जो एक्टर हैं, वो जो पात्र हैं, उनको और धन्यवाद करते हुए उनको गले से लगाइए और उनको विदा कर दीजिए। जाने दीजिए उनको। वो तो कभी थे ही नहीं, वो कोई थे ही नहीं। सिर्फ आप हैं और आपके लिए पात्रताएं हैं, और अभी इस वक्त में आपने उन पात्रताओं को खाली कर दिया, जाने दिया। Be in this blank space whenever you are doing anything. I am in this blank space at all times, most of the times. And when I'm not in this blank space, I bring myself here. I bring myself, this is the place of equanimity. This is the place of joy. This is the place of blankness. So be here, and that is all there is to anything that's happening in the outside world, including a divorce. Om Mani, Om Mani, Om Mani. इस जगह से ही जो करना है वो करिए, सब कुछ आसानी से होता चला जाएगा। आप बस नजर खुद की तरफ रखिए। यही जगह है, सिर्फ डिवोर्स ही क्यों, हर चीज के लिए कि आप खालीपन में आके काम कर सकते हैं। अगर हाँ तो फिर करिए। आप देखेंगे कि कितनी ही आपकी मस्ती और ज्यादा बढ़ती चली जाएगी। बाहर कुछ भी हो रहा हो, मन के अंदर मस्ती रहेगी। Om Mani, Om Mani, Om Mani. Thank you so much. Lots and lots of love. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.